she's a lady, talking about that little lady.
I've been ready.
A special sports presentation brought to you by WPEX-FM 90.9.
Hey, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Miller Field. I'm John Hart, along with Robbie Hart. First game of 2, and this is the Pannells Logging going up against Dunn Construction, and right now getting a kind of a quick start. And I believe number 13 is that.
I have pitching is gonna be, I believe, JC starting out.
All right, no, not JC. That's going to be actually.
I mean, it's a Rah-Rah.
Yeah.
Not Rah-Rah. Is it? A little tall for Rah-Rah.
Let me see. Hold on just a minute, because I've got it here somewhere. Oh, Ray Dotson.
Dotson, okay. Messed up on us again.
All right, here we go. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Hard hit ball, and it's going to go foul. That's going to be in there for Steve White, number 2. So we got 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's here at the top of the first, just kind of getting things rolling here. That was going to go in there for ball number 2. Joe Jackson will be calling behind the plate. He's going to be calling the strikes and balls, and I believe it's going to be from both teams today, so he's going to get a workout.
Yep.
All right, here comes the windup and the pitch. That's going to be inside, and that's ball number 3, and that brings things up to full count.
So I apologize, we're not going to have a moving camera today for the second camera. It's not for a while.
And we just got our stream up. High fly ball almost straight up. Rah-Rah Dawson, he calls it, gets underneath it, and makes a nice catch. Now be up for the first out.
On deck, J. Carr.
Well, he had a full count pitch. He chopped it underneath, and that thing went sky high, went on up there, and that's going to bring up Cameron. Jay will be on deck. Never give me last name sometimes, too. It's a little confusing, but that's all right. Here comes Rah-Rah. Dotson with the pitch. Goes right to him. He throws it to first. He does not get it in time. In fact, he drops the ball. And Cameron will, for Dunright, will start things off by getting a base hit. We're not going to even call that an error, Robbie, because that ball came all the way from third base. And he definitely would beat it out. So we're going to call that a solid base hit.
It's a tough one to make there, that's for sure.
All right, Jay is up now for Dunright. Dotson now is the pitcher for Pannell. He looks and gets set. Now here comes the delivery. That's going to be low. There goes Cameron. He will motor on down to second base. Easy steal for him. 1 ball and no strikes now to Jay. JC will be up on deck for Dunright Construction.
A little bit of running around back there in the backfield. Got to be careful of that sometimes.
Don't want to run around too much and throw some bad errors. First thing you know, that brings a lot of runners around, and you get unearned scores. Here comes now the pitch. That one's going to be high. And that's going to roll in there for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And, of course, I want to welcome people who are listening to our stream on www.wpexonline.com. Here comes now the next pitch. This one's going to be low, ball 3. Runner will run on down to third base. He slides in there, and that's an easy steal for him. So
yeah, Cameron made that one quite easily there.
Yep, Cameron is on third base and in scoring position with only 1 out. for Dunn Wright Construction. Here comes now the pitch from Dodson, swinging a miss to JC, and now be an error for strike number 1. 3 balls and 1 strike now is the count. Partly cloudy skies out though, but it don't look like we're not going to have any rain. Of course, I shouldn't make that type of prediction in weather we've been having lately, but weather forecast says there's very little chance of rain today. Here comes Dodson now, winding up for Pannells. Delivery, ball number 4, be a base on balls. And the runner just might keep on going and hit down to second base. No, he's going to stay at first. The runner's on first and third right now for Dunn Wright Construction.
What side of the stick?
Tom managing the Pannells logging. Here comes now the pitch to wind up from Dodson. Swing and a miss. There will go. Jay will run on down to.
There's a little bit of confusion at third there.
Yep. And they started to try to run the guy down. Sometimes
very careful. He gives himself in trouble that way.
Just walk back. Just keep his eye. Well, he got to keep his eye out on the man and walk backwards.
Exactly. Just don't trip. That'd be bad.
All right, that brings up 1 ball and no strikes now to JC. Here comes now the pitch, and that one's going to be down there for ball number 2.
See Cameron, they're taking a huge lead off from third. Pitcher very careful, just like they keep it on him and walk slowly back to first.
I like when they throw a ball.
Don't let the runner on third control your game. You got to control the game yourself.
All right, runners on second and third right now for Dunn Wright Construction. 0-0 is the score. Here's Ray Dodson for Pannells. Shoots it down there, swing and a miss. Now being there for strike number 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Robbie Hart back here and doing our statistician also as well as color commentary and switching the cameras.
Our non-moving cameras this time, I'm afraid.
1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike number 3. And the runner's going to try to come in. He will be safe coming into home plate.
Go swing, JC.
Dodson didn't make it back actually in time to home plate quick enough. Cameron will make it in for the first score for Dunn Wright Construction. It is now 1-0. Let's see, that brings up Jackson. Dwayne will be on deck. Here comes now the pitch. Hard hit ball. Unfortunately, it went foul. If that thing would have went straight or played
please return all foul balls to the press box.
That's right.
Okay, no balls, 1 strike. Here comes now the pitch from Dodson. And that one's going to be outside. And that's going to be in there for ball 1. You know, I love it when they get to these games and all of a sudden everybody changes their language around. For instance, you know, ball is outside, the guy goes, good eye, good eye. So you got that old good eye. What happened to that good eye if you swing at a bad one? Okay, yeah, there it is, good eye again. You always hear that good eye. Well, if you look at me, I got 2 bad eyes, but anyway, we do the best we can. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now to Jackson. Pannells find themselves down 1-0. And that one's going to be in there for ball 3. Oh, yeah, ball 3, 1 strike.
A tree just fell in front of our camera. We have the black speck coming across there.
Oh, no. How did that happen?
It's a tree. They fall in front of the cameras.
Oh, boy. Well, all right, it's going to be outside ball 4. And if that tree doesn't move, we're going to have to...
it's out there, yeah.
I'm going to have to get you to go out there and move the tree. Robbie goes, what are you asking me for? Runners on first and second now for Dunn Wright Construction.
Dwayne on deck,
Monte's on deck. Here comes now the pitch. He's a left-hander. Big swing, big miss. Runner will go down to second base for Dunn Wright, and he will be safe.
All right, Dwayne.
So Jackson's on first base. Runner on third base as well. That'd be Jay is on third base. Now let's see what happens. Here comes now the wind-up in the pitch. And that one is going to be in there for ball one. Another good eye. One ball and no strikes. They got 2 outs. 1-0. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Strike number 1. Runner just done right on third base. He takes maybe 2 or 3 steps off, but he has no intention on going to try to chance going in, and I wouldn't either. Not when you got only 2. When you got 2 outs, you don't want to take that man completely out of scoring position. Runners on second and third for Dunn right. Dodson now looks for Pannells. Now here comes the pitch. He winds up and delivers. This one's going to be low. In fact, it gets away from him, and that's going to be in there for ball 2. 2-2 comes the count with 2 outs. Sometimes that last strike and that last out is hard to get. Dodson looks. Now he winds up. Here comes now the pitch. And, well, we heard Joe Jackson yell strike number 3. So, as we go in to the bottom of the first, it is 1-0 in favor of Dunn Wright Construction. And we will be back right after these messages.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge, and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Back here at Miller Field, I'm John Hart, along with Bobby Hart, which is currently fixing our center field camera right now. And you're going to probably see the old tree go away. There it goes. Good boy, Robbie. All right. All right, here comes now the pitch. JC is starting out pitching for Dunn Wright. Here comes the pitch way high, and it's going to be also outside for ball 1. Good job, Robbie. All right, 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes now the pitch to Ra-Ra Walker. Here comes the windup, high once again. That's going to be in there for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Oh, very important now that JC don't get himself into early trouble with Pannells. And Pannells been actually hitting pretty good despite the loss last night to F Supply. Here comes a pitch, swing and a miss. And actually, he I think he just wanted to hit that one a whole lot, real bad, and he just went after it. Anyway, that'll be in there for the first strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Ra-Ra Walker. Ryan Harvey, you all know him. He will be up on deck. Here comes now the windup and the pitch. And it's a foul ball right actually on the first base side. And that's going to be in there. First T. Reich, number 2. And 2-2 is the count now to Ra-Ra Walker. JC now looks for Dunn Wright, winds up. Here comes the pitch way low. That's going to be ball 3. That brings things to full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nice day here at Miller Field. a little muggy outside, but field's looking fairly decent despite of last night's rain during the minor league game against Purnell and F Supply. Had a postpone the game for a little bit. Here comes now the pitch. That's going to be high now. That's going to bring ball 4 and a walk. That's going to put Purnell's runner on first base. Well, Ryan Harvey's going to try his luck now.
And by the way, you did a good job getting the old.
We saw you doing that. Oh, that one's going to be in there for ball 1. It was going to be high. Ball, of course, Walker is going to go on down to second base. They're going to try, but they're not going to get him. And that's going to be in there for a steal. 1 ball and no strikes now to Ryan Harvey. JC now looks, winds up. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss in there for Steve Reich, number 1.
Yeah, got a clean miss there in that one.
1 ball and 1 strike now. To Ryan Harvey. That's going to, by the way, that's going to put Dotson on deck for Purnell's Logging. Here comes the windup in the pitch, swing and a miss. In there for strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. We got no outs and a runner in scoring position. He's just kind of taunting JC a little bit.
Yeah, better watch out. JC can zero him in. It just takes him a while sometimes.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind up. Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's going to be in there for strike number 3. Ryan Harvey strikes on out.
Sean Dodson on deck, Jeremiah Morgan.
Ray Sean Dodson. We just usually call him Ray Dodson. He's up and he's a power hitter. He can hit the ball good. Runner on second base with 1 out. Here comes Dunn right now pitching the ball. Here comes JC winding up. High will be in there for ball 1. And boy, look at Ra Walker has taken a lead halfway down to third base.
Ra's a fast kid. I mean, but then again, that's pretty dangerous though with the pitcher standing right there.
Well, the only trouble is you can't. That's okay maybe, but you can't do that in the majors. Wind up. Here comes down the pitch. That one tried to drop. JC dropped that one in, but it came in a little bit wide and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. We got 1 out. Here at the bottom of the first, it's 1-0 in favor of Dunright. Now threatening to score. That one's going to be inside. There goes Ra down, easily down to third base. That's going to be steal number 2 for Ra Walker. Well, 3-0 now is the count. JC's threatening to put another runner on first base. Well, we'll see what happens. Here comes down the windup, and there comes the pitch. And it's a chop ball, and they call it a foul. But did you see that one, Robbie?
No, it kind of popped back on me.
That looked like it. I don't have a good angle sometimes here, so I can't tell. But the way it dribbled out, it looked like it was a fair. But anyway, they're going to call it a foul ball. Strike number 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. JC says, I'll take him anyway I can get him.
Exactly. There you go.
Here comes now the pitch. Hard hit ball. And there it goes on out. All the way to the fence. Gets past the left fielder. 1 run will score. And Ray Dodson's going to hold up at second on a nice, beautiful hit by Ray Dodson. We're going to give him a stand-up double run.
Jeremiah Morgan on
Moreover, that helped tie the game right back up here, so we got ourselves another tight game. That brings up Jeremiah Morgan. He's the second baseman for Pannells Logging.
Yep, and Ben Inge will be, or John Thomas Inge.
Thomas Inge, yep.
Will be on. Someone's got to always rattle our cage, don't they?
Yep.
Here comes now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike number 1.
That was a little high there, I think.
And they try to throw the ball to third. Bad throw. Here comes Dodson in, and that's going to be 2-1. And Purnell's Logging now takes the lead. Well,
you gotta be careful to throw the third. I mean, if you're gonna make them, you gotta catch them.
Yeah, no balls and 1 strike, and then all of a sudden they make that bad throw. You get a little bit desperate, and that sometimes will cost you.
Oh yeah, it cost him in this case, that's for sure.
Here comes now the pitch, swing and a miss, and there strike number 2.
Still only one out, too.
Oh, yeah. So, but nobody on right now, so JC can stay concentrated. Here comes now to wind up the pitch. And now that was close,
outside, yeah,
but a little bit outside. That's going to be in there for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. All right, here comes now the pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. JC pitching for Dunn winds up, and that one's going to be high for ball number 2. And now suddenly the count goes 2-2.
Yeah, JC does not want to let this guy get away from here. It's you don't want to put another person on base with only 1 out.
Well, here comes the catcher, Dunn. Cameron is going to come out and talk to JC a little bit and see if they can get their target strategy down.
Things.
Well, no, they almost did.
Almost called a timeout. Hey, coaches, come on, let's play. I want to get out of here by lunch sometime.
No, the coach kind of came out and said, what do you want me to do about it, you know? All right, 2 balls and 1 strike. Dunwright's been off and on this year. Sometimes they've played real well. I don't know what their record is, but anyway, here comes the pitch way low. That's going to be ball 3, and JC suddenly finds himself in a full count situation.
As at this point, it's been pretty much every runner has gotten on base so far today for Pannells to score. So in this case, you don't want to let runners on base. It's kind of dangerous.
So, JC pitching for Dunwright. Looks and winds up. He's got 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Ball 4.
That one's going to be ball 4. So Jeremiah Morgan will walk, and that'll bring up John Thomas.
John Thomas on deck, Brian Pettit.
So, with with Thomas Inch coming up, and then behind him come Brian Pettis, that's still 2 dangerous hitters.
Yep.
JC is not out of the woods yet by any means. Runner on first base for Pannell. Here comes now the pitch. Way low, and there goes Jeremiah, and he's just going to motor on down to second, no problem.
Yeah, he's going to.
And they try to throw it, a bad pitch. They might have him. He's going to go to third, and it's a bad throw.
Oh, man.
And he will hold up at third, but boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Tough break for Dunn right there. That was that really turned against him on that one, didn't it?
Yeah, he would have definitely have him. That would have been no problem if he would have caught the ball, but I don't know if it was a bad throw or he just missed it, but in any case, the result's the same. He steals third base with no problem.
Yeah.
1 ball and no strikes. That's going to be 2 balls, no strike. And runner kind of makes a third of the way down. Now wisely goes back. So that brings up 2 balls and 1 strike. Go ahead.
No, I don't think so. I'm not going to try that one. That ball came pretty much right back to the catcher, so.
Yep. Well, temperature is kind of getting high.
Not for in here, pretty good.
No, it's in here, it's fine. Here, Robbie Staylor from the Bobcat, he goes, geez, it's getting cold in here.
Yeah.
He came back afterwards and told me, he says, man, I enjoyed broadcasting from in there. He says, I know I got to go back into the sweat box when I go with a Bobcat. So I had to put that one in, folks. But anyway.
Ball 3.
Ball number 3. No, the whole White Elephant costs us a lot of money, but costs you a lot of money. You don't want to pay for it. I want to say.
Who's these us people that funded this system? I just want to know.
Well, I put all the audio stuff and everything together, so I deserve some credit. Low ball again. Ball number 4. Runner will walk.
I says, yeah, I don't think so. And they're just going to run right on the second there.
Why not? Hey, look, and I think JC was getting ready to cock his arm back. That's tempting to do.
Like, no, don't do it.
And here comes the manager out there for Dunwright, and he's going to have a talk with he just wanted to talk to JC a little bit, but he waves everybody. He says, everybody go back out. Just want to talk to the pitcher and the catcher.
Yep.
Now, what they're discussing, basically, is what we always discuss is, hey, first of all, they ask you what's going on, what's happening, And then you kind of, is the catcher putting the ball, the target up too high, sideways? Sometimes we tell the pitcher, no, just throw strikes and don't try to do anything fancy. No curveballs, nothing. Just throw strikes. Whatever you got to do, throw strikes.
Pannells on deck, Dale Bingham.
Keep his leg in and stay there and drive it like you've been doing now. That's the runner.
To Thomas ends up walking. Brian Pettis is up.
Catcher for the Pannells team.
Here comes a pitch, swing and a miss. And there for Steve Wright, number 1. Well, it seems like it was a lot brighter here today than it is last night.
Yep.
I got to get a pair of sunglasses almost by looking at the field. I'm getting, like when I'm flying or something, all the brightness. Here comes down the pitch in there for ball 2. That thing was way, well, I think, set about 3 feet before the plate. First game of our doubleheader, of course, at 2 o'clock, the Rotary will square off against the Lions. Jacob Morse will be pitching for the Lions.
Oh, lost control of that one.
That one's going to be in for ball number 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Jacob has done pretty good against the hard-hitting Rotary team, which right now Rotary's hitting is kind of riding high pretty good because they got a 3-game lead in first place as it sits right now. And it'll be 3.5-game lead once if they should defeat the Lions today. And Rotary, what can you say? They got all 3 of their pitchers coming in this game, so who knows what can happen. Here comes down the pitch. Ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 out.
Think inside.
I think he's outside. No, he can stay out there.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we built this thing.
How dare a Spider run across from my viewing? Okay, 3 balls and 1 strike. Runner is now on 2nd and 3rd. 2-0 in favor of Pannells Logging. Here comes now the pitch from JC. This one's going to be low. Ball number 4.
And bases up.
Brian Pettis will now bring up Dale Bingham. And another time is called, and they might be making a pitcher change.
Yeah, I can't say I blame them too on that one.
Well, let's see what they're going to do here. And they will make a pitching change. We're going to play a couple of spots while that's happening. Right now, we'll pause, and it is 2-1 right now in favor of Pannells Logging. And we'll be right back right after this, so do not go away.
What does your world sound like? That's geography, the music of the world around you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the power of global knowledge. Go to MyWonderfulWorld.org to learn more and get your free parent and teacher action kits. It's a wonderful world.
Don't settle for less than the best. Call Debbie's Doodles today for your beautiful professional business cards, church and business stationery, church bulletin signs, and much, much more. And if you need a design and not quite sure what you want, have a sit-down consult with Debbie and she'll fix you right up with just the right one for your business, church, or organization. Be blessed with the best, giving God the glory for it all. Debbie's Doodles, located at 501 Brunswick Avenue in Blackstone. For more information, call 434-292-3378.
You go over there and you start playing, you ain't know them all. So you're not hurt that bad. Because I watch you. The only reason you want to quit pitching because you want to get out of the pitch. The ball player is somebody who keeps going. So I better not, if I see you down here playing after the game, throwing the ball around, acting like nothing's wrong, you got me? Got me. Get out here with him. Knock somebody down for me. Come on, Jackson. Be away with us during the week. Hopefully you'll be back next Saturday. All right, Sam, do your thing, buddy. There you go. Hang with it. I'm going to tell you what I must have. Thank you.
One out. Round ball, you got to go, right? Fly ball, you don't. Fly ball, you tag it up. Round ball, you're running.
Hey, Sam. Get up to that plate now. Get under that plate and drive it now.
Be wild. In there for ball one. One ball and no strikes.
Remind everybody, bases are loaded for Pannells Logging today. This is where all of a sudden you can have. All right, Dale. Get up there. If it comes in there, drive it now.
Hard hit ball. And that ball was high, actually, but he kind of just kind of chopped at it. And that ball went foul, out of play. Now bring in for strike number one. One ball and one strike.
Hey, everybody, you go to take it on your territory. Do it on your own.
There he goes. Here comes the third base runner's going to come in, going to slide into first, easily gets it. And that's going to be 3-1 in favor of Pannells Logan. And that's also going to advance to runners who are with base loaded. Runners now on second and third. And Pannells starting to look fairly decent now with their base running and everything.
All right, Dale. Here comes in there.
That one you were about to pitch, but now it's two strikes. Anything close, you got to get close. Get down, and nothing.
Watch the ball, hit it now. Wake up, Tyree.
Ball one. Runners will stay kind of put on second and dropped in for strike number one. One ball and one strike.
Don't get back in that back block. Step out.
Oh, buddy, you can go.
There he goes.
And the runner was, everybody was going to advance. I thought the runner on third was going to come on in. But but the catcher recovered pretty quickly and probably saved that run momentarily from coming in to home plate.
Hey, Malik, we ain't gonna bet like you mean it, man.
And I get 2 men left on base. So at the end of the first inning, going to the top of the second, it's 3-1 in favor of Pannells Logan. We shall be right back right after these messages.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge, and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
To create, make more friends and express their individuality. When they learn to play and to write creatively.
Hot from the toaster and filled with the essential creative thinking skills of an 18th century musical genius, Mozart Toasties are an important part of an arts-healthy childhood. Studies show that involvement in the arts helps kids increase test scores and promotes academic achievement. Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org. The arts. Ask for more. Brought to you by Americans for the Arts, the NAM Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Okay, coming back here at Miller Field. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm John Hart. At the top of the second, it's 3-2 in favor of Pannells Logan in his first of 2 ball games. This is the minor league game. Usually they play first most of the time, and then of course the major league will be coming up right after this one. That's going to be rotary. The Lions will be squaring it off.
Ray Dotson, of course, will be staying in as pitcher. He's had a pretty good game so far. 2 strikeouts, only 2 walks, and 13 strikes with 12 strikes with 13 balls. So he's doing pretty good. They only up to 25 pitches so far.
Okay, I guess we're going to resume play. All the balls are being thrown in. Got a little bit of a cloud covering some of the sunlight, makes it a little bit easier to deal with. Here comes the pitch, swinging and a miss. In there for Steve Wright, number 1. No balls and 1 strike. Wow.
You can borrow these as long as you don't break them.
No kidding.
Borrow these as long as you don't break them.
No, I'm fine. Robbie tried to hand me his sunglasses. Hard hit ball, goes to the shortstop. He's not going to hit him in time. He made a good throw, but the play was just too slow to develop.
Yeah, it looked like it hit a Ray's glove, and that slowed it down just enough so that the runner could get to first base in time.
Who was that, Robbie?
That was Amante. This brings up Mr. Ray Dotson, I believe.
All right. Swing and a miss in there for strike number 1.
Oh, a little bit of a confusion.
Oh, and a runner down at second base. He will be safe. Dunn has got a runner in scoring position with no outs. Okay, no balls and 1 strike now. Almonte, here comes down the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Strike 2.
I'll be in there for strike 2. And unfortunately, I do not have the stats for yesterday's game. But I don't know how many pitches he's pitched yesterday. Anyway, it's a high fly ball, and Dodson will call it easily. The pitcher, he grabs it, and that will be in there for the out. All important first out, Robbie. for Pannells, and their defense is kind of doing pretty good right at this moment.
Yeah, that's what you need, though. I mean, if your defense can produce, this is time to do it.
All right, I think this is Tyree. It's not Tyree, is it?
This is Tyree.
Yep, Tyree is up. That first pitch to him from Dotson will be in there for ball number 1. One ball and no strikes. Pannells right now enjoying a slight lead, 3-1. Here comes now the pitch. And there for another strike. And that'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. So with a 1-2 count, we got 1 out. Here comes Dotson winding up for Pannells. He pitches the ball.
Ooh, lost control of that one.
Was going to be way inside. Did he foul?
I guess he is. The runner's running backwards back to second base. I'm going to assume so.
It looked like you took a tape and rewound it, played it backwards.
I guarantee you that's not me rewinding the tape. That was actually doing that.
Okay, they called it a strike. He struck out.
Would like to let everyone know that they are selling pepperoni
You sure about that?
for $2 a slice.
No, I guess so. I wonder why the runner went back to a second then.
Yeah. Anyway, swing and a miss, strike 1. I don't know. That was weird. Oh, wait a minute. The runner's on first base.
Oh, he walked.
They gave Tyree, so he must have been walking. All right. So Tyree walked. That's Raymond that's up now, and he has no balls and 2 strikes to him. Well,
a little bit of confusion there.
Yep. Okay. That ball is going to be thrown wild. Runners will all advance. A throw to third is no good. And we have a man down, Robbie.
Uh-oh. He slid kind of wrong there.
Yeah, he tried to dive at the ball and wasn't able to, to get it. Unfortunately, looks like he may have skinned an elbow or something. I don't think it's nothing serious.
Well, he's already up, so that's good news.
We've been lucky this year. No injuries to the kid. The only bad injury we've had is to Logan Powell that plays for the Chamber. And that happened at school when he was playing basketball. Came down on his ankle wrong and hurt his ankle, so he's out for the season. Talking to Johnny Powell last night, though, and he says they're getting a waiver for him so he'll be ready for the All-Stars. By the way, he's one of the best stars in the league.
Yep.
He can not only hit the ball well, but he's a good pitcher. So the All-Stars definitely don't want to lose him. This will be his last year as well. So they're going to get a waiver for him so he won't have to make all these innings up. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, Robbie. Runners on second and third for Dunn. They have 1 out. Here comes now the pitch. That one's going to be high, and it's going to be in there for ball 2. And 2 balls and 2 strikes is now the count.
All right, Tomorrow, you ready? Things can change quickly. Come on. Hey, Cameron, that's the plum, baby. Come on. All right, Cameron.
Man, no more than I turn my head to write something down.
Up to bat, Cameron Reeks on deck, J. Carr.
Come on, Cameron. Back up. Back up.
Always go 1. You got to stay down on it. Stay low.
Good eye.
All right, Brian. You got that 5 minutes, that minute. Get back in the first.
Come on, Cameron. You got 2 on. Let's get them in.
You're really good. Get your head, go in the front.
Let's go. Yep, here comes now the pitch outside. Oh, I'm sure. Did you go up there this morning? Did you go up there? That's right there. Okay. Homecoming. Try, Monte. But the thing they've always been since I watched the baseball game.
We will be right back right after these messages from Radio Shack.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. 434-538-0595.
Back here at Miller Field, I'm John Hart, along with Robbie Hart, doing the color commentary. He also does the switching. He also does camera operating. He also is all-around good guy. What can I say? Okay, Cameron is now pitching. Well, he's still pitching for the swing and a miss. By the way, strike one. And I believe it is this Isaiah Williams? Is that? Who do you got, Robbie?
I have Williams.
Okay. All right, let me kind of catch mine. Okay, Isaiah Williams is up for the Pannells logging. Here comes the wind-up delivery, the pitch high once again. That's going to even up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You got a blur in the middle of my camera there from when I think a bug landed with that leaf brush against the lens.
Oh, not the old bug effect, huh?
Well, I think a leaf hit it and blurred it all.
You still good now? 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Strike 2.
So we got a strike 2 now as the count on Isaiah. Alex Perkinson.
That was strike 3.
That's strike 3. So Williams strikes out. Okay.
That brings up Mr. Alex Perkinson, I believe.
Yep. Antonio Fitzgerald will be on deck. So as Alex Perkinson just takes a few good swings before he steps into the batter's box. Yeah, 1 ball and no strikes. Okay, here comes now the pitch. Hard hit ball. This could be trouble. And the left fielder comes back and makes a nice one-handed catch for the second out. Hey, not bad, man.
That's a pretty good catch there, I gotta say.
Oh, yeah.
Upset Harrison on deck, rah-rah.
More important, brings up that second out here, which is very important for Dunn right now if they're going to stay in this game.
Let's see what Fitzgerald can do. He's a left-handed hitter. Here comes Cameron with the pitch for Dunn. That's going to be low, ball 1. Oh, it's a nice look over there and see that nice green screen with the balls and strikes on it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Here comes the next pitch high once again. That's being there for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strike. We got 2 outs here on the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Dunn right here trying for a 3 up, 3 down if they can.
And Pannell is trying to nurse a 3-1 lead.
I almost fell in there. Came close, though.
3 balls and no strikes. Cameron kind of looks back at his coach. Here comes now the pitch. And that one goes in there for Steve Reich, number 1.
And Antonio needs to stay in there. He can't roll with the ball when it's a good strike. You got to stay in there and fight, as they say.
3 balls, 1 strike. Here goes the pitch. Oh, that was a nice one. It floated in there, and that brings up full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Mr. Fitzgerald. We got 2 outs, so he's 1 strike away from ending this one.
Take a deep breath, put it across there.
No runners on at the time. Here comes now the pitch, way high, ball 4, and Fitzgerald will get his first walk, and that brings up Michael Lewis.
Rah-rah on deck.
Okay, Michael Lewis. Now Rah-rah to come to the top of the batting order.
Yeah, this is a... There you go.
Well, he must not have showed up. Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And there for strike number 1. Well, we got a runner on first base with 2 out, and you got a Rah-rah Walker, which is tremendous speed. If he can get on base, that would be a definite kind of an edge for Pannells. Trouble is they got 2 outs, but they'd like to get a little bit more instead of a 3-1 lead in this game.
Yeah, Rah-rah walked last time he was up, and that was in the first inning.
Yep. Here comes now the pitch. Hard hit ball goes foul, kind of over the home dugout.
2 strikes now, though.
Yep, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cameron came in and for Dunn had to relieve JC, which was having some problems. That pitch came in there as a foul. That's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes still. And count will remain the same. 2 outs. Cameron looks. Now kind of sits up at the plate. Looks, winds up, cocks his arm, swing and a miss. Strike number 3. Now retired aside. 1 man left on base. And there was no errors. As we now come to the top of the third, it will be 3-1 in favor of Pannells. We'll be right back right after this.
To create, make more friends and express their individuality. When they learn to play the music, act or paint or dance or write creatively.
Hot from the toaster and filled with the essential creative thinking skills of an 18th century musical genius, Mozart Toasties are an important part of an arts-healthy childhood. Studies show that involvement in the arts helps kids increase test scores and promotes academic achievement. Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org. The arts. Ask for more. Brought to you by Americans for the Arts, the NAM Foundation, and the Ad Council.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
And we're back. All right, we're all back.
And they'll be continuing with Cameron Gibbs. He didn't finish his bat last time, so he's going to have another shot here.
Well, that was a rough landing there coming into this intro. Guys, I eat one of these great hot dogs from the concession stand. The trouble is they're messy. What happened was I spilled some, and that's why I'm trying to clean up that mess. Man, got a spot on my nice Rotary uniform here.
Yes, I'm sure one more spot's going to make a big difference.
Well, Tom Inge in the middle of the field, manager for Pannells. He looked like a traffic cop out there directing traffic, but he's got everybody in place.
So Cameron Gibbs will be continuing.
All right. Here comes the pitch to Cameron. That'll be in there for ball number 1. Boy, things have quieted down out here. I hadn't looked out there. Probably there's many people here.
No, there very rarely is these days.
Here comes down the pitch. Hard hit ball, and that's going to go right to the first baseman. And
he just reached up there and grabbed that one.
Yep.
I got that one on video, too.
You knew who that was, don't you? That was Tom. That was John Thomas Engine made that play. Good play, Tom. So we got 3 balls. 3-1 is still the score. Nice pitch. Here comes down the pitch swing and a miss. It's in there for strike number 1. No balls and 1 strike. So here comes down the pitch. He just kind of winds up. Now here comes the delivery. And they called that one a strike, and that be strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Hot day here at Miller Field. It's going to warm up this week. It's going to be close to 90 degrees in some areas. Here it comes down the pitch. And that's going to be low for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
One of those areas where it's not going to be 90 degrees, it's going to be inside this trailer.
Man, I'm going to tell you, thank God for this. Remember we used to...
Although we do need a better AC for when it gets really hot. The AC's kind of weak.
Yeah, get a little bit more BTUs in here.
Tell me about
it. Robbie Taylor don't love it. He was saying that was nice. All right, here comes now the wind-up and delivery. That one's going to be inside for ball 2. 2-2 now comes the count.
After 2 good pitches by Ray Dotson here, he's kind of having a little trouble all of a sudden.
Well, these minor leaguers, usually their pitching usually runs about 3 innings.
Yep, and we're on 3rd inning, that's for sure.
And
that brings the count to full.
And again, that's kind of what it's all about. I've seen very few minor leaguers. You get one once in a while that can handle it, like Tyler White, that plays for Epps. But most of the time, they usually conk out about the 3rd or 4th inning. That's about all they can pitch. That ball's going to be high. That's going to be in there for full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That's 4th. That's 4th. That's going to be.
Oh, it was 4th.
Up to bat, JC on deck, Jackson.
So he will walk. And JC is up. That means Dwayne will be on deck.
JC is 0 for 1 for a day. Last time he was up, he struck out.
All right, here comes Dotson now for Pannells. He's the pitcher. He looks it, winds up. Here comes the delivery now to JC. That's going to be in there for ball 1.
There goes the second.
And there goes the second.
Overthrow.
And there goes a very costly error.
He may go to 3rd.
And he may send him home. No, they don't. That was wise, but boy, you can't throw that ball all over the place.
No, you cannot.
Hey, Ray, that was a good
All right, JC. Come on. Yeah.
Hi, guys. Hey, Ryan.
Come on, JC. Huh?
You got to run in, cover home plate.
Yeah, that's good.
Here comes down. Like Ryan does. You got to catch it or knock it down.
Okay.
So 1 ball and 1 strike now for J6. Caution, looking out, winds up, here comes the pitch. Number 2 balls and 1 strike.
Take your time. Back to your left.
I did that in video sometimes. Sleeve.
Going away from the ball.
That was, they like John back. Right. Strike here. That's another strike. Turn around like that. No. Anyway, bad
All right, Jackson.
JC kind of pretty wide at first base. Now,
Hey,
Thomas.
Hey, Antonio.
Yeah, Jackson, Dwayne will be on deck. Well, one is on first right now. everybody's starting to get some runners on the possibility.
And there goes JC. He will go on down to
most of the way, but
he will go on down to second base.
Make it be yours.
JC is not the fastest runner on the team, but he makes it.
That's going to bring up one strike.
Come on, you got 2 on him. Bring him in. Come on, you get it.
Brings ready to go.
Get out.
Good eye.
Make it yours, son.
Good eye. You don't ever hear a bad eye.
To the plate now.
Usually it's, what are you doing? Here comes down the pitch. Oh, that one's going to be in the dirt. Everybody's going to stay where they're at. And that'll be in there. It's a ball.
Hey, exactly. Make it play for your chin now.
Hi, Brian. Come on, right here, buddy. You go strike right here.
Last night, that 3 in a row. Got out. Later on, he just said he wanted to hit. I guess with your lead 13 with 4 or whatever, I guess you take that chance. That wasn't what Randy had told.
Come on, that's 4 balls. Come on.
That Dwayne or Jet Alonte.
Here comes down, pitch, swing. That was in there.
Right, Dwayne.
That ball. That's not the one you got to get here. Here comes the pitch.
Right, Dwayne.
Get outside.
Come on, Brian. You do it, buddy. Take your time. Get this one out.
One ball and one strike. Here comes Dotson now winding up. Here comes delivery in the pitch. That one's going to go all the way to the backstop there. Got past it.
2 balls. 1 strike.
You know, Jay, right at base. Funny thing, you're going to do it because you're back.
Watch that ball, man. Then they get it.
That's my pitch. Runners are running around. It's stuck in a catcher sometimes. Turn once to count. Here comes down. Ball 3.
I know you want to run.
Get hold of one strike. Throw a strike here. Bases are loaded from Dunn. Gives him down the pitch. For Dawson. Take things up the field.
Hey, give me 1 more of those. Give me 1 more, buddy.
Here comes down the pitch from Dawson.
Nice pitch.
Oh, Robin Ward on there. Good job.
Come on, Bonnie. All right, Tyree, give us a hit, my man.
The boy Dunn right
here. We're going to have a little discussion on the mound here.
Coach Tom Ange will walk out and talk to Dotson. He don't want to bring Dotson out right now because I don't know who they got to.
Yeah, maybe they are going to bring him out.
Well, let's see what they're going to do.
Is that Rah-Rah? It says doing weird dance. I know it's Rah-Rah. Because Rah-Rah's the only one I know does like the strange dances while he's...
Well, Rah-Rah's going to be warming up. We're going to take a cool down for a quick commercial break. So, with a new pitcher coming in, it's 3-2 with a slight Pannells lead. We'll be right back right after this.
What does your world sound like? That's geography. The music of the world around you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the power of global knowledge. Go to MyWonderfulWorld.org to learn more and get your free parent and teacher action kits. It's a wonderful world.
Well, we're back here at Millard Field. New pitcher. Who do we have in there pitching, Mr. Robert Hart?
Well, by the interesting dance he's doing, I'd say that's going to be Ra-Ra Walker. He's definitely the most exhibitionist pitcher in the league. I'd say that much. You never know what you're going to get.
Interesting dance, huh?
Interesting dancing. I got to do that much. We see him playing mild. Oh, speaking of that, you got the game getting ready to start.
Go, mommy. Right there. Drive it. Get out.
Hard hit ball. And boy, this is going to be trouble. This is going to score a bunch. Well, 2 is going to at least score. And a hard hit ball. And they might get him at third, and they do. They got him at third base. But not before 2 of them score. And now Dunn here in the third inning will take a 4-3 lead. Well, what about that?
I'll tell you there.
The third base, they're going to try to get him. They didn't quite make it. And now they advance the runner with 2 outs. So that sometimes we call it the 2-out.
All right, Monty, be ready. Harry, stay in there. Don't move at the box. Harry, back up. Not that way, that way. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Get the bat up. Oh, man. You don't know how bad we need it. How bad we need it. All right, Barry, get the bat up. Get out. Hey, Barry, watch the ball.
Here comes the windup and delivery of pitch. It's going to be a little bit high. It's going to be a ball, 3-1 ball, and it's one strike. We got 2 outs here in the third inning. There you go. They got the top of the third. Running on third base. All
right, Harry.
The count for him. Now, he was the first one to start.
Good one, Harry. He's out of the box. All right, John.
And Dunn takes a 1-run lead. It is 4-3 in favor of Dunn over Pannells. We shall be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons and crew are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
What does your world sound like? That's geography, the music of the world around you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the... Go to MyWonderful...
All right, we're back here at Miller Field. And first pitch is going to be in there for ball number 1. Who do we have up?
You're going to kill it. You know, I'm getting tired of hearing commercials. That would be Mr. Ryan Harvey, the bat. Ryan 0 for 1 for a day. Struck out back in the first inning.
And there's that good eye. That must be in there for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes now. Yeah, that's Ryan Harvey. Here comes now the pitch. Now back.
Now bring that first strike. The camera was looking for.
The Harveys. All the kids have been pretty interested in playing baseball. The father's even a coach. That one's going to be in there high for ball number 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Dad's a coach. And Harvey and Justin both have been playing quite a bit in this league. Here comes down the windup and the pitch. And as we heard the big boom on the back of the backstop where our crowd mic is.
Now put a man on first.
Up that Rayshawn Dodson on deck.
And,
Jeremiah Morton.
Ryan Harvey looks like he can run pretty good. I'd be surprised if he doesn't take off to second the first time this pitch gets a little out of control.
Well, let's see what happens. Cameron looks, winds up, and pitches. That's going to be in there for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes.
Pannells only down by 1 run here. They can make that up pretty easily with a good base hit. Or a couple of steals and a base hit is all it takes.
Here comes the ball. Hit ball. Oh, that's going to be fair. And that one's going to go all the way to the fence. Here comes Harvey. He's going to be coming around third base. They're going to send him in. This is going to tie the ball game up. In fact, they're going to send Royce in. It's now
home run.
Infield home run by Dodson, and that's going to give Pannells a 5-4 lead. He nailed that ball, and that thing hugged the line all the way down the first base line, all the way to the fence.
Jeremiah Morgan.
Good hit, no doubt about it.
John Thomas in.
Well, Pannells happy to see that disastrous.
Poor Dunn just can't believe it. Like, what? Come on.
What happened to our lead? That thing went quick.
That brings up Mr. Jeremiah Morgan, who walked last time he was up.
And that one came in there for ball 1. 1 ball and those 2 rights.
It happens, though. I mean, 1 good hit, you get a guy on base and a good hit, but that was just a hard hit ball all the way around.
Well, is it a place where you can't get to it? That one's going to be fouled back for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. So anytime when a ball goes down on that line, and hardest hit that was, it spells nothing but trouble.
I know the guys on the video couldn't see it because I couldn't turn the camera, but that thing pretty much followed up that first base line all the way back.
Well, that pitch is going to be low from Cameron. That's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike. But yeah, anytime that happens, and you got pretty, and the players are pretty quick, and they're able to run the bases right on around.
Yep.
Here comes the next pitch. That is going to be high there for ball 3. That may have shocked Cameron up a little bit.
Well, I mean, Dotson's a good hitter too. I mean, that's part of the reason why he hit that thing. But
3 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and was that foul back?
Foul back.
Well, that's going to be
count full.
Yep, full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Bad news from the Dunn rank perspective here is that, unfortunately for them, there's still no outs on the board.
Here comes now the windup. Here comes now the pitch. And that one's going to be outside, ball number 4. And
up to bat, John Thomas Inge. On deck, Brian Pettis.
let's see, Jeremiah Morgan will walk. And Thomas Inge is up. So, remember, Bench hit a good one the last time he was up. Here comes now the pitch. That's going to be outside. Ball number 1. Usually we don't see a minor league game this tight. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, this is good. I mean, usually they're kind of, 17-0.
Oh, yeah,
17-5. Wait, football scores. This is nice.
Here comes the pitch. He's chopped that one down. He
missed it.
And the pitcher came up, looked like it was going to be an easy play to first for second. He misjudged the ball, couldn't pick it up in time, and everybody is safe.
Brian Pettis.
All right, keep that leg in, Brian. Grab it there. Ready, Jackson. Go.
Everybody will advance. Tom Inge will hold everybody up. So, wow, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, it just doesn't, I mean, you're right. Pretty much what you said there. It rains and pours. Bad things seem to lead to more bad things. When things go wrong, they keep going wrong.
Hey, that's good.
You don't have to be coach Johnny Powell on the team who said it the best. Hitting is the team. Usually when, it just seems like he's hitting, man, everybody's quite good.
Hammer off!
Say that one, I'm
You need all so you see. Don't good, didn't you? Need to be a happy.
I'm kind of worried about that second base run. He needs pain.
All right, Grandma, keep right. Be smart up there. Don't lose it. Hammer off.
Going to come in. This is going to be close, slides in safe. Now it's 6-4 in favor of Pannells.
But sitting on answer points just like that. The ball takes out
All right, Cameron, right here in old footprint.
Depends on time.
Get up there and breathe. Breathe. Right, full count. That thing's close, take a breath. Come on, throw it down the hole.
Here comes down the pitch.
Yeah.
He's got to go ahead and run right to second.
Up to bat, Dale. On deck,
Dale. Look smart up there. Come in there and grab it, man. All right, know your head, Dale. Jack, all time. Time.
Wild thing.
Wild thing. It was called in the wild thing.
This is Damaris going to be coming in the pitch.
And with that, we're going to take just a quick commercial break. We'll be right back right after this. It's 6-4 in favor of Pannells. We'll be right back.
What does your world sound like? That's geography. The music of the world around you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the power of global knowledge. Go to MyWonderfulWorld.org to learn more and get your free parent and teacher action kits. It's a wonderful world.
That's no reason to be lazy. Hey, back down the catches now. You play harder so you can get out of here. Back towards the catches, Dale. Get up there and grab it. If it comes in there, don't back out. Good swing, Dale. Hey, look, Dale, hold your head out a little bit. Keep your head in there. That was a good swing, though.
I ain't had one 14 years. I won't hit.
Hell back. That's going to be in there for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Does that look like our camera girl showing up? May not believe it, but that's kind of what it looks like. All right. Anyway. It's going to be close. He slides in there.
Ball drops.
And the ball dropped. He'll be safe.
Of course, the runner will advance to third as well.
It's 1 ball and no strike to Michaela Jones. She is a girl.
Come on, hustle. There you go. Nice. All right. All right, Jamal, get
it. Caleb, here comes down the pitch.
Well, plus side, cleans the bases off.
Yep. Here comes down the pitch. That one's going to be outside. Ball 3.
Ball 2.
Ball 3.
Ball 3?
Yep.
See,
I'm trying to make you look good, Robbie.
Lost my count there for a second.
Oh, boy. Anyway, DeMars is looking at a 3 balls and no strike to Jones. She's ready to go. Here comes the pitch. Way inside. She had to kind of jolt back a little bit to keep from hitting her. And that's ball 4, and Jones is on base with a base on balls with only one out.
Isaiah Williams on deck. Antonio Fitzgerald.
Yeah, except for one little problem. That's not Malik Jones. I don't know who that is, but that's not Malik Jones.
Huh?
It's not Malik.
All right, here comes the pitch. This one's going to be foul. You know, you're right.
They missed the batting order again on us. Go figure. Never guess that, would you?
Do that, actually.
All right. I don't think the rules are very enforced very tightly.
I don't know. Okay, runner on first, no doubt about that. It's okay. Here comes out the pitch. That one's going to be, that was a rough on the old ears.
I think you hit the microphone that time.
You know. That brings up no balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Here comes down the pitch from DeMars. He winds up for Dunn right. Runner on first base now with 1 out. Here comes down the pitch. And that one's going to be low. They're going to get him. They're going to get him and safe. He is safe. He could not get around quick enough. He looked like he was going to get him. The good throw, but he was able not to get around quick enough. And now the runner advances to second base. The runner will now advance to third base. They're going to try to get him, and it goes through. A good backup, though, by the left fielder, which will not allow him to advance to home and put a very important score on. But that will get you in trouble in a hurry.
Hammer off!
I don't want to get bored. I have fun.
All right, he's up. Hey, what's this play?
Raymond's up. Go get him, Raymond. Good hustle back there. That's a good first second, baby. Yep, good job, man.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge, and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Back here at Miller Field, it's 9-4.
Dunn right, Raymond on deck, DeMar.
So who do we got coming up, Matt? Robbie?
According to my list here, it's going to be Tyree. But who knows? They changed the batting order so badly. I'm not sure what's going on.
Let's go.
All right. Anyway, Dunn right now trailing by 5, so it's a pretty sizable, down by a sizable amount.
Here comes the pitch, low and in there for ball 1. We're still good on our first disc.
Yep, you're at the end of the inning minute now.
One ball.